All right, so here's a really good example of how I'm using HighLevel with GA4. This is for a cold, I'll just say cold email opener. Um, and so I've got a webhook going from Smart Lead. If you don't know, I'm using Smart Lead. I can kind of show you guys. These are the webhooks section, but then I have, let's see if I can get to some global stats real quick. I've got a lot going out, so I just want to show you guys how many we've got going out here. It's quite a bit. And this is kind of how it looks from a enrollment history standpoint. So you can see everybody's emails here. I got to fix that. I don't know why that did that, but we got some names. Um, I'm not pulling in their first name here for some reason. I'll fix that later. Let me not get off track. It's easy for me to get off track, but so this looks like this. We've got the trigger here. So if I click into it, you can see everything that comes in with the trigger, webhook ID, some other metadata about that person. So you got their name, their email, et cetera, et cetera. So if they open an email, I want to be able to see that. And then based on the condition of the input parameters that I just showed you, um, I'll be able to know if they have a name and email, no name, just an email, and then I'll be able to send a hit to Google. So one of the big ID or big deals here is user ID, and I can do that once I've already added the person to the system, right? I can also add GCLID, so that's going to come in really handy for offline conversions and just tracking the entire flow. And that's the next phase of this build out specifically. But for now, I'm able to see that someone opened an email, find that contact or create that contact, update that contact if I need to, and then send over a hit. So that's kind of cool. And I'm really excited to see what happens next. All right. Let me show you guys. Maybe one of these others is ready. So like this right here, I should have had their two name inputted as well as an ID. So I got to fix this. But usually there's like an ID here. There's usually a first name, last name, along with their email, but that didn't happen. So I got to go fix that. As far as numbers go, Smartly, I got too many tabs. It's official. So this is about the numbers on that. I'm sending out a little bit north of 1,000 emails a day. And out of that, we're getting around 200 opening. So it's kind of cool. We're getting a handful of replies from those 200 that open. Obviously, this is kind of how the numbers work. It's cold email, and then you can see all my email accounts, and who's sending and how many clicks and how many replies and all that good stuff. So, also, part of the service obviously is me setting up these campaigns for you so that you can also benefit from cold outreach. But the thing that I'm finding is the most interesting is we can really dial in the tracking piece. And when you dial in the tracking piece, you actually turn this cold email thing where you're basically just throwing Hail Marys into the void, and you turn it into a very targeted understanding of who you're sending to, what they're doing once they receive that message, if they reply or if they open an email. I've got other webhooks for replies as well. I'll be able to see that inside of GA4. The reason that's interesting is because if I jump over to GA4, I haven't changed it, but I have a fixture tracking view. So these are people who have viewed FYT, so fixture tracking the website. And this is all from yesterday. So these are people who saw it yesterday and they got tagged inside of HighLevel. So, from an email campaign that was cold in HighLevel, they received this FYT view um, uh, designation. And then you can see like some parameter values here, engagement time. We could see session IDs. I wonder if I'll be able to add in parameters for gclid or just ID in general. I'm sure I will be able to eventually here, but it's kind of cool. And I'm really excited about it because what's going to end up happening is I can then start the customer journey way, way back here. I can also use this to trigger different audiences. And then in those audiences, I could just, without even knowing much more other than the fact that they clicked on this event, I can make this into a key event or whatever they're calling it nowadays. Let's go take a look real quick. And what this does is it'll turn it into, yeah, so it's a key event, and key events can become um, conversions. So if I click that like that, now I can go to Google Ads and turn this into a actual conversion, which is pretty dope as well. Yep. So that's what's happening. All right. I also have it obviously for stuff I'm doing outside of that. So all these are coming from Calendly. So how they're interacting with Calendly. I have a listener for that. And then join group is for people who have taken a certain action inside a HighLevel. I need to go check and see, but for now I'll turn that on as well. And I'll make another video explaining that piece. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. So I think that that's coming from a different workflow. These are the numbers for this workflow. So obviously these are all related to Smart Lead. Smart Lead is my cold outreach software that I'm using. So if I change campaign status, I get this, and that looks like this. And then this is the enrollment. I'm not switching those yet. I need to fix this. So this one's not working ideally. A lot of this stuff breaks, man. And I've just come to accept it. First email sent and then first email enrichment. These are really interesting. I don't know what's going on with this one right now. First email sent, but I'm having some difficulties there. So I'll have to troubleshoot it a little bit later. And then we got untracked replies. We got regular replies. They look like this. Then I got that landing page visitor, which is going to be people who have the FYT situation. So my licorice, I don't know who that is. Wood outlet. We got support. We got this Zach guy. We got whiskers and claws. So all these are updating correctly. Let's just go take a look at them real quick. Actually, I want to go to the build. So these are people who have replied. And so what I could do here is, if I was smart, I jump over to this automation. I need to copy all that information that I showed you earlier. So cold email opener, go to the builder, and then I got to go to GA. And inside of GA, I got to make all these, add all this because there's an API secret protocol is what I'm using is the name of the tool. So um, I've been using GA4 for a long, long time now. And I can also send this to um, so I can go email reply like that. And then I'm just going to copy this secret. Here's what will be different. So do not copy this. Just do you. And then I can say my event value is going to be 2. So it's a little more. And then I can just copy this. And copy it here. And then copy it here. And then I'm going to copy it there. So something like this. This is 2.0, right? It's me taking this tracking stuff to a whole different level, making sure that it's useful and that I provide examples. Sorry about the squeaky ass chair. Pretty ridiculous. But okay, so there's that. There's also, so as you guys saw, Google Ads, I could send it to Google Ads. I have to, I wonder why there's not a conversion here. I got to connect this some kind of way. Yeah, I got to figure out where Google Ads connects. I don't know why that's doing that. That's very strange. And then I can send, ooh, this is cool. So I could create a row in a spreadsheet. So this is assuming that I want that information inside of a spreadsheet instead of sent somewhere else. Or I could look it up. So imagine being able to do this with a client um, where I want to be able to update a row. First, I want to update their CRM, right? But for whatever reason, maybe they need it in a spreadsheet. Maybe there's a list that I've sold them and they want to see, I can have it in real time, go and look up a update spreadsheet row using lookup. That's really dope, actually. So I could go here, select lookup action. I don't know how to do this, but essentially I could say look up Aaron Smith. Yeah, I don't know how to select lookup action. I could do this too. This is for create a row. I could create a row and then create the action. I wonder if there's other ways to do this. Um, these guys are all letting me look up. Maybe I have to do a lookup first. And then they'll let me go from there. So let's try that. Let's go look up. Lead gen list. And let's say, I want to say there's a list I had. Uh, let's go this one, Jordan leads. And it's called bottom of the sheet. And the column is column A. And the value I want to look up is their email. This is stupid. So they already got a reply, so that means I have their email. I could use the webhook email, so I can go that way. I don't care if it's case sensitive. Create new spreadsheet row if it doesn't exist yet. Yep, let's do that. Inside of column A. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really know what that means. And then the this is here to email. And then it says, oops, looks like you mixed some fields. No, I didn't. So there's that. And then on top of that, let's see if I can now, because I have that update spread using lookup. Here we go. So I have to have this lookup one, this thing, in order to do that thing. Like I thought. I wasn't crazy. And then starting column is going to be A, ending A. And my value is here. Let me see if I can to name. Yep, to email, not name. And so imagine a situation where I have a list of leads that I paid for. Let's say I spent 5 grand on leads. And I have 1,000 leads. I'm sending emails to them, and I'm sending Google ads to them, and I'm sending Facebook ads to them inside of my CRM, it would be helpful for me to know through which of these reply sequences they uh, responded, right? So not only can I see which sequence was responsible for that response, now there's a way for me to see in real time, posted directly to that same sheet that I'm using, if someone is interested in, the service that I'm offering them, where they came from, what list they came from as well. So if I look up that list and then I can maybe highlight it or something, I don't know. I'll figure it out from here. But the beginning of it, the beginning of the idea is you can look up a sheet based on an action that's taken inside of a workflow inside of your CRM, which is really, really powerful. I'm gonna leave it there. I got some building to do because I want to show you guys this entire fleshed out version of it. But it also feels like a big win just to kind of discover this and show this real time. I wonder if there's stats here. They're not going to show stats for this. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, there's that. And I'm going to go ahead and save it, let it run, and see if I can learn anything. All right, peace.